Hi, welcome to the first ever Wallflowers live stream. We're having some difficulty with the camera, so I can hope you can hear me and you can see me. And we're doing this to commemorate our 100th video. So thank you for those who have stuck with me and have watched quite a few of my videos, our videos. And welcome to any new people who haven't seen us before. So I'm going to start with picking some peas and hopefully I can't see if anyone's joined us or not. So I'm just going to crack on and hopefully people have joined us. So basically feel the pea on the branch, and if you feel like there's something in it then actually pick it. So I'm going to grab a tub and start collecting the peas. Is anyone with us? No? Let me give a number next to it. Good evening, Davina. Thanks for joining us, love. As I say, we haven't done one of these on here before, and we're hoping it goes okay. Unfortunately, the camera's turned the opposite way around, so Mr. Wallflowers has got to lean towards the front with it. But we'll crack on. So, as I was saying, when we pick the peas, I don't know if you can go lower with that. When we pick the peas, it's slightly lower. We just hold it with our hand and feel, and if we can feel that there's peas in it, then we just give it a click, pull backwards and take it off. So I'm up to here so far. Have you grown peas this year in your garden, Davina? I'm not expecting an awful lot because we've just got a small amount of pea plants. Mr. Wallflowers has been out with his bowl quite often, either picking a salad or picking peas for tea. So we've had quite a few already, but there's plenty for me to pick today. I've actually decided, as usual, I'm going to can the peas. So I'll split these into individual jars, basically mint sauce jars, or portion size. Or portion size jars. There's just me and Mr. Wallflowers at home now, so a little mint sauce jar worth of peas will be ample for an evening meal for the two of us. So that's what we'll do. Oh, see, this happens that, the mice can get them when they're tiny plants. The bugs will come in, and even the pigeons, the pigeons will peck away and peck away. And we really suffer with the pigeons. It's the ones we can't hear them cooing. You're saying that. Thanks for joining us. We've got quite a few for me to pick here, so just as I'm talking and seeing if who else has joined us. Davina's joined us. Unfortunately, I can't see who else has joined us. The sun is glaring. Now, I've actually done live streams before, but through Facebook, not actually through YouTube. YouTube has a myriad of problems in itself, but we will crack on. We've had great joy with one of our videos this week, and YouTube seems to be sharing it for us, and we're getting some traction with that. As you know, I'm not really bothered about getting to monetized stage, but I'm so overjoyed. We've actually got 289 subscribers now on the channel, and I'm so appreciative because I never thought we'd get more than 100, but we had 100 at the beginning of the year, and now 7 months in we've got 289. So it's growing, you know. I can't see us getting to the thousands anytime soon, so we're all safe. I'm not trying to get any money through it. I'd just like to share information, and originally, as I say, I set this up to leave some information for my sons so they could grow, they could learn to can the food, water bath the food. You know, I've taught them to cook, I've taught them to look after themselves over the years. As we do as parents, you know, we teach them to use the washing machine, to use the iron. And now they live together independently and they're able to do that, so they're not going without. And of course, I'm not doing it anymore. So when I finished this, the Wind Up Radio turned up this week, and I'm really pleased with it. And also the non-electrical blender has turned up as well, so I will show you those items in a minute. Just try and pick what I can off here. Unfortunately, it's not showing me who else is with us. I can see the 7, but I can't see who's there. Give us a wave, give us a shout if you're there, let me know. There's Carol on as well. Hi, Carol. I'm just picking these peas. I'm doing okay so far. I've got nearly a full tub. See, a lot of the bush has dried out now because I've not been able to get out to water as often as I would have liked to. I don't want to pick the ones that aren't quite ready yet. So when the season's finished and the peas have completely finished producing what they're producing, I won't pull them out the ground. I'll let them die back naturally, because the pea plants actually feed the soil with plenty of nitrogen. So that's why I'm trying to use 2 hands to pick the peas, so I'm not actually unearthing the roots. I'm just going to go around the opposite side, Mr. Wallflowers, and get those ones. You can't beat peas. Just going to open one quickly. I swear I'm not going to stand here eating a load of peas, but I do need to taste a couple. There you go. I know you're down to taste them. Not that we haven't already, but you can't beat the taste of fresh peas. Hmm? Well, hopefully we should get a few jars out of these. We've already been prepping and collecting tins of peas shop bought. As I say, we've had a picking or 5 already, but we've eaten them fresh off the plant as they've come in. We've had them with salads, soups, stews, meals. I think I'm actually done with the peas, nearly. Well, there is. There's ones that we're not ready to pull, and hopefully with this glorious holiday weather we're having at the moment, might encourage a few more flowers to come. We still might have time for the season to produce more. I'm not sure how long we're going to have it next week, when our cold weather will return. I was saying to someone earlier, you know, people go on and on and on about this climate change nonsense and stuff, yet the climate changes naturally with the weather. It's not the world's going to end in 11 years. You know, they were telling us this 5, 10, 15 years ago. They were feeding us the ozone damage while we were at school and fear-mongering us, basically, you know. We had this in 1976. It was absolutely glorious. I remember those days for the rest of my life. And hopefully people are making memories today that'll last us again for the next 46 years if we're still here. But those children will be. And those children need to enjoy this weather because they might not see it again for a long, long time. So anyway, I've got a full tub of peas, which I shall shell and can later. Might eat a few in between. We'll probably use some for the evening meal, won't we? So that's the peas. Anyone else out there picking peas today or grown peas this year? So this is the wind up radio I mentioned. So there's a wind up on the back. There's a built-in solar battery on one side. So you can either solar power that or you can wind it, and that's how it works. You knew a bit more detail, Mr. Ward. Do you want to explain how our new wind-up radio works?
There's a winder there that charges the solar battery. You can put batteries in it as well. No batteries in it. Same one. Yeah.
So basically you can get any AM, FM channels.
FM, medium wave, short wave.
On the 16th and 17th of July 1942,
Volume's
more than
quite loud.
13,000 Jews, many of them children, were detained by French police in Paris. They were held at the Winter Velodrome before being crowded into railway carriages and sent to Nazi extermination and never returned. 80 years later.
So should you be being attacked or something happens?
Red warning light. The solar panel on the top that charges the solar battery, as well as the wind up that charges it.
And it's so petite it'll fit in your pocket. So, you know, if you're using it just around the home, if we've got no electricity to create any entertainment, this little wind-up radio will give us, you know, music, give us people talking, give us some outside input in the world.
USB ports, earphones. You can charge your phone with it.
Now, it costs £21. I'm not advertising, I'm just explaining if anyone's interested, you may want one. Yes, I purchased it from Amazon. A lot of people don't want to purchase from Amazon because of the circumstances at the moment. But the way I personally feel is if I'm getting a wind-up radio, if I'm getting stuff that helps me get through the apocalypse or however we want to call it when things shut down, then I'm going to grab them now rather than spike my nose and not have them later when I need them.
Smooth radio.
Carol likes smooth. She plays that in the car. Wynne chooses to have classical. Carol prefers smooth. We can't leave that on too much though because we get a ban for it. It's just an example of how the volume works and how it works. But as I say, that's absolutely free, you know, electricity wise, battery wise. There's no proper batteries in it. There's a solar battery and a wind up. It charges the phone as well, doesn't it? There's a phone charger.
Your phone, and it'll charge your phone up.
It's completely and utterly lightweight, and you know it'll just fit in a small pocket, won't it? I'm absolutely made up with it. I think it was worth every penny to me, to us.
We've got a frog. Oh,
is he gone? Yeah. Right, do you want to hold that, Mr. Wallflowers, while I just show the... So this is a string pull blender. No electricity needed, so when we need to prepare food, maybe we have to come to cook on the garden fire, you know, I don't know how tight things are going to go. Should I need to blend stuff, pull the string and it twists. I'm hoping you can see that through the camera. It actually twists on the pull and not the release. So I pull it. Now the two sets of solid blades inside. So the mini one I used the last video to do the pesto, a couple of videos back to do the pesto. Basically it's exactly the same standard blades except there's two lots of them and no electricity needed. I've used it and it's been fine, really easy to clean. I can take that with me, you know, or I can use it in the garden. I can use it when there's nothing else available. That's the only blender I own, so I'm quite happy with it. Now that cost £8. It cost £7.99, was it? Yeah. £8. Again, from the same seller I mentioned before. So we got the two of them, you know, for £29. The two of them will keep us more than happy. It'll keep us blending the food so I can still cook, and it'll keep us a bit of distraction, a bit of outside world, and a bit of input. So, oh yeah, it comes with like a butter attachment. I didn't bring that out, unfortunately, but yeah, it comes with that. So if anyone's interested, these types of things are available, and should we need them later on, it'll be a godsend. We'll be absolutely made up with them. Survival, well it is. It's ultimate prepping, isn't it? Mostly we concentrate on food. You're saying that. Right, now I'm going to move on to the carrots. Now again, I'm not expecting an abundance, but we'll see what we get. Probably all going to be stumpies because the depth isn't that great. So here's carrot number 1. Any of you out there grown carrots yourself, and have you had much success? I struggle off and on with carrots, but we still have a go and we still plod on and do it. Carrot number 2, a bit gnarly, but I'm sure we'll get something off it. I never throw anything away, so we always get as much as we can. It's a nice thick one. A blob of a one. Again, if we get enough of these, then I'll actually can some of these off so we can use them over the winter. Nothing better than your homegrown produce anyway, and if we need it, it's there. Some of them are tiddly, but they'll be nice. Boiled, nice bit of salt, nice bit of honey on them. They'll either be used for a salad or a stew. Or roast even, yeah. So who's growing carrots? Always next year. Has anybody got any questions about anything at all? What have you been doing in this glorious sunshine? A lot of them are just too small. I think it's the depth in this bed, isn't it? We try to build them up each year without buying shop compost bought in. We try to rely on what we've got, what we can get on the free sites. This is a recycled garden allotment. That's what we try our best to just do. We don't like really purchasing much and putting it in. It's not cheating, it's enhancing what you've got, but our main objective with this was to do it from scratch, and it barely cost us any money. Rely on the skills, I say skills, if any, that we might have. And we do okay, you know, we never complain what we've got. We just scrub it up, cut it off, and eat it. Yeah, it feeds us, doesn't it? Waste not, want not. Right. A couple in there amongst the weeds. I don't think that's all. I don't think we did too bad. They're all small, but once they're washed up, sliced up, took the heads off, I'll dehydrate the heads, use them as herbs in soups and stews, get our vitamins from them, so we won't waste any of it, and we'll enjoy. Definitely, and we've produced it ourselves, so, you know, obviously they taste better. It's just the pride you have in your own production. I'm saying everything just one batch, it doesn't matter. That's it. That's it. It adds up, you know. If we've been prepping for a while, on this channel I use not only the homegrown. I couldn't survive off it. A community can't survive off garden homegrown. It's an enhancement. It gives you the extra there, it gives you the nice taste, it gives you whatever. Foraging at the moment, none of us have got, well, few people have, not many of us. I certainly haven't got the skills to be able to live just off foraging, but it's an enhancement. I can go and get fruits, I can add to the pantry, I can be creative, I can make honeys, make sauces, make jams, you know, I can make a number of things. I'd like to learn to make poultices and medicines from the herbs. That would be absolutely fabulous, but I'm not at that stage yet. And shop bought. So, you know, we've got the dehydrating, we've got the canning, we've got the water bathing. You know, up till now, we've still got the freezer. So long as we know how to prep food and freeze it, prep food, water bath it, can it, and dehydrate it and just keep it in a jar, all of those things are not costing us electricity in the long run once they're prepared. So we've got them to store now, as I tell you several times. It's either 12 months, 3 years, 5 years and beyond that food can last. So we don't know how long the struggle is going to last, how bizarre circumstances are going to go. You know, if everything was solved tomorrow, basically we've got super pantries that we can refer to and bring back and incorporate into other meals, and it just gives us more of a spectrum to choose from, really. You know, our meal ideas that we do are totally enhanced by keeping the pantry, because we can go and get the little extras, the little things that we've squirreled away. You know, we've been doing this 2 years now. Things like sauces, pickles, preserves, different flavoured jams, syrups, as well as, you know, casseroles, soups, stews, meat in a jar, chicken in a jar, fish in a jar. You know, it just totally enhances the whole experience. Talk with Angela, my life as a pagan Venner, on advice on medicines. Yeah, I probably will if someone could send me the link, and I could get in contact. I'd love to learn from anybody who's got available information. That would be great. Yeah, I do have the time and I do have the patience. I think, you know, I've started to put some plasters away. I've started to put some little bits and bobs away should we need them. I tend to focus on one category every 2 to 3 months. So whether that be detergents, whether that be medicines, whether that be sauces, soaps, yeah. And I think, right, I've got to prep that now for a 12-month period. So I start collecting just those items and setting them aside, and then I move on to the next section. By no means am I completely ready. You know, this 2 years is a long time, but finances prevent you from doing it sometimes. You know, things will come, Christmases, birthdays, treat days, the children will need different things, you know. Things happen, sickness, you know. But I'm quite happy with where we're at. Yeah. How about yourselves? Is anyone else prepping and putting things away should we need it? Yeah, we pulled our lettuce, not lettuce, we pulled our potatoes, how many weeks ago? About 2 or 3 weeks ago now, we pulled 2 potato beds, and we restocked them virtually within 2 days, you know, put fresh potatoes in to grow. The shoots are coming up already now. This potato bed here. Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. Who said? Oh, that's fab. Thanks, Carol. This bed here was only replanted, say about 2 weeks ago, and already the potato leaves are through again. So this bed should be ready to harvest. Yeah, a bit lower, Mr. Wolfhouse. Yeah, a bit lower. That bed should be ready to harvest again. Say end of September, beginning of October. So it'll be just enough time for us to get them out and have a second harvest of potatoes from that bed. Somebody said it might be easier for me to grow in tubs instead of using all the space up. But we're quite happy. We enjoy growing in the beds, and we enjoy the ease of not having to move them around and top them up, dig them up. I mean, we plant those potatoes, walk away and leave it, you know, and that's it. If we have to water, we water. If not, the rain takes care of all of it. So there's no maintenance virtually to it, you know, because it ends up so full. There isn't even weeding to do to the potato beds. You know, there is in other beds. We don't overweed, as I've said before. You know, we kind of let things flourish in between. We weed when we feel is absolutely necessary. The rest of the time, the birds are in, the frogs are in, the insects are in. You know, we just love sitting watching it, don't we? I just said the frogs. One just jumped across us then when we were picking the peas, didn't it? Yeah, so we've got the pear tree behind us. They don't always look great, but some of these top ones look better. This side looks better. These look, you know, they're not quite there yet, but they're coming. Got the eaten apple on this side. And again, it's absolutely chocolate abundance. Another bird just jumping down there then. Then behind us we have the cooking apple, and they're getting bigger and bigger by the day. So recently I made apple cider vinegar from shop bought apples, and it's nearly ready now. It's got 2 weeks now. For the last separation of it, basically take the dregs out. The apples already being removed. So, because the boys aren't home, I won't be making an awful lot of apple pies. We will have a couple, won't we? We'll have some apple muffins, etc. But I think the bulk of those cooking apples will go towards making some more apple cider vinegar. And again, hopefully that's enough then to take us through the year. We haven't grown an awful lot compared to the previous years, but we've got a lot of celery coming through. Still got the lettuces and the beetroot. They look like the beetroot's going to shot. Some mint. I keep promising that I'm going to make jars of mint sauce. We'll do that, and we have tomatoes dotted around all over the place. Cabbage, collies, sprouts, spinach. Yeah. I mean, other people have got lots more, but we're quite happy with what we've got. You know, it's ours, and we shall reap the benefits, and that's what small garden growing is about. You know, it's not a competition. It's not this one's got more than you, so why bother? You know, I don't really mind if we have a small harvest. Any harvest makes me happy. You know, I'm quite grateful to enjoy 1 or 2 meals, but with the potatoes, I always seem a little bit greedy. Really, I always think I want more. But you know, we're still eating the little ones from 2, 3 weeks ago in salads. We're still eating the little ones and haven't touched the big ones yet. You know, they're still curing and drying out, aren't they? It's surprising how many meals you can get from a small harvest, and it is worth the while. You know, it's a number of things. It's a small amount of food. Granted, it's not, you know, farmers fields. You know, I'd say it's no competition with other people getting more, but it's the satisfaction of giving you an excuse to go out and ponder around the garden, go out and water it, a bit of exercise. It spiritually is uplifting, you know. The positivity of just seeing those potato leaves coming through already just lifted me for the whole day, because the cycle had started again, and I was so pleased with it, you know. I do what I can in my small garden and just prove what can be done. My big potato was turned into roasties. I saw that potato, Davina. That's fabulous, yeah. You know, and you get 1 meal out of it. It's the thrill it gives you, the spiritual uplift it gives you. You know, you can't get better than that in life. You know, yeah. As I say, small garden growing is so worth it. So worth it. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Where you're from, is anyone different that I don't know in real life that I haven't actually met? Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have a pot around the garden anyway, but thank you so much for showing an interest in the channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. You know, just keep at it, just keep doing what you can do. I'll try and bring you some more videos pretty soon. You know, we keep plodding on, we keep doing what we can do. But thank you so much. See you soon. Bye. We off?
Still here. Use one of your tomato pasta sauces.
Oh, lovely. Oh, it's amazing. It's just a nice feeling in itself, isn't it? Yeah. Right, anyone help? Anyone know how we turn it off? We're trying to end the video here. Right, are you sure that you want to stop streaming?